Here we are, another episode of the Unfunded podcast. Not sure what episode we're on to.
Episode 10, Season 2.
Episode 10, Season 2. Thank you very much. I am Lachlan Jones, your host and professional triathlete, here with my good friend,
Lleyton Wall, also your host and professional triathlete. Yeah. We dabble in that one.
We got there in the end. But oh boy, what an exciting week of racing. We had so much from triathlon races to some exciting footy games. Nobody really cares about the AFL, especially in this room. It's just
we haven't talked about our teams this year.
We haven't. That's because I don't really want to talk about mine
now. Well, mine's going really well.
Where are you guys on the ladder?
Third.
Really?
Yeah. The West Tigers.
Wow.
Third on the ladder.
Wow. So for a lot of people that don't know, Lleyton and I, we do follow different codes, which kind of makes it a bit tricky.
Yeah.
That's why we don't really talk about it on here, because Lleyton doesn't really care about the AFL. I don't really care about the NRL.
Yeah.
So West Tigers, they're third. That's good. Well, we're 10th. So yeah, pretty bad. And we got beaten up pretty bad. It's actually been a really rough weekend for me now I think about it. I'm like the triathlon fantasy. We had the first week of the triathlon fantasy, which you missed out on. You're not on.
Well, I didn't know if I could commit to it, to be honest, because I'm not like,
there's like 10 races, dude.
I know that, but I'm used to like NRL footy fantasy. And that's a long season. Like, that's half a year of commitment. And I thought, I don't know. But everyone's, doing it. So
maybe jump on it.
I might have to jump on late.
A fantasy team is really, really, and it becomes your personality. What I've noticed, I've told Paige about my fantasy team in triathlon, I reckon 5 times during the week, and she does not care one bit. But
your triathlon fantasy.
My triathlon fantasy team.
That's a bit lame, isn't it?
Oh, man, I put
because
so
not many
much
people can relate to a triathlon fantasy team. It's
mate,
like, I've got Vasco in my team and he won on the weekend.
I didn't know. But man, I put so much thought into it, even to like the point where I picked my 3 guys that I thought could be on the podium. And then I even went and boosted a swim, bike, runner. Like, I thought about it so much and put so much time and effort into it. Unfortunately, it's a little bit of a new app and a little bit of new software going on. Yeah. So a few of the people I boosted didn't get the points that they were meant to. So they're working out some bugs on the system, which is okay. It's okay. But I'm currently last on the triathlon fantasy. Was not looking good.
That isn't good.
I'm last on my footy tipping.
For the triathlon fantasy?
I don't even know what that means.
Like a forfeit. Like if you come last in the group, does something have to happen?
No, I think you just come last.
No, but like surely there's a punishment.
Oh, a punishment for it. We haven't decided that. And let's not start that because
you're last.
I'm off to a bad start. So even though I think I'm missing about 30 points on my, if they don't come back to me, that will be a problem.
Yeah, that's
so
brutal.
Let's not start that. But I'm last on like every single tipping thing I'm on, every fantasy thing I'm on. The Crows, they're getting smoked. They're getting bashed. Even my picks, I owe Non and Aaron Royal. I owe both of them a coffee because I made some bets for the Samarkand race. And
what were your bets to them?
I made a bet with Aaron that Vasco wouldn't be in the breakaway. Because for those that watched or listened to the episode last week, I was very, very adamant that there was going to be a breakaway in this Samarkand race. I was very adamant. I even put the reel up on social media and told Non to take some notes because I was very, very adamant there was going to be a split. And as you all know who would have watched, wasn't really a split. So I lost that bet with Aaron because we had it. Vasco had to be in the front pack before the first lap finished. Okay. And for anybody that saw, they literally bridged as they crossed the line going into the second lap.
What was your bet with Non?
I said that there was going to be a split. I said that there was going to be less than 10 people. I said there was going to be
T1.
On the bike. I said there would be a 5 to 10 person breakaway. I said any more than 10 and you win, but there's going to be at most 10 guys off the front for the whole bike and they'll stay off the front.
Okay.
And obviously there was about 40 of them all together. So yeah, I owe some coffees.
Non's picks weren't that great either, to be honest. She was asking me for advice the week before.
I told her not to do that ever again.
Yeah. No, but my advice was actually decent. In the women's anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had Beth there.
You actually did cop a stray from somebody in the comments section.
I did.
There was some
Well, they were just listening to your big mouth.
I didn't. No. See, just because I say Beth, I don't think this person's going to do well. And in this instance, I did say, look, I don't think Beth is going to do all that great.
Yeah, she's had a.
I'm not shitting on her.
Yeah.
I don't think she's a bad person. It doesn't mean I think she's going to do horrible. It's just in my analysis of what I've heard through the grapevine, I don't necessarily think that this race is the one for her to win.
And she won.
So she went and shoved that in my face. And I commented back on the Unfunded and said, look,
I had to back myself up and said, I backed Beth.
Yeah, you picked her for second.
Yeah, second.
It's only one spot above.
Yeah, exactly.
So just because we don't pick someone doesn't mean I think they're shit. I had my reasons for thinking why Beth. She had a slow start to last year.
Yeah.
I thought she might have a slow start to this year. I heard through the grapevine she might have
been a bit injured,
have a slow off
100%.
season. And the fact that she proved me wrong, I'm happy for it because Beth is a great athlete.
Yeah.
And I really like Beth.
That's good.
But other than that, we've had a lot of things going on, not just in the triathlon world.
It was a historic weekend.
Historic.
Massive weekend. And I feel as if anyone in the whole running triathlon community, they know about this one. It's a worldwide breakthrough, isn't it?
With how big the running scene has gotten, I think recently, everybody knows about this.
Everyone knows.
Was it was honestly
it's like the World Cup, like soccer World Cup. You know
Yeah.
how they say that's like the biggest sporting, thing in the world.
Yeah.
I think this is near enough.
because it happened overnight for us.
Yep.
So I woke up the next morning and obviously you check your phone and I went onto my trusty news source, Instagram, and I opened it up and it was the first post that came up and I saw 1:59:30 and I went,
Shit.
it was one of those moments where you go, wow, history like that is historic.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's going to be where were you when you found out about this?
Yeah, exactly right.
Unfortunately, I was just waking up.
In bed.
I was in bed. Nothing
I was
really.
doom scrolling
Yeah.
on my laptop.
Nothing
on my
exciting.
phone, sorry.
However, one of those moments that it's like, wow, that
Yeah.
history has been
It's
made.
pretty cool.
And that's going to be spoken about for a very long
It's
time.
pretty cool because it's been, as we said before, well, we haven't said before, but we
Have
looked
we
up
actually
before.
said what we're talking about?
No, okay. The 2-hour barrier in the marathon got broken by Sebastian Saw at London Marathon. He ran 1:59:30.
Yeah, there we are. That's what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about. If anyone couldn't gather,
Yeah.
because we rambled on, which is like that. That's kind of like the last barrier in running to be broken. You had the sub 4-minute mile by Sir Roger Bannister.
Mhm.
Then that got broken. No one thought that could happen. The 2-hour marathon. You had Eliud Kipchoge and the whole breaking two
Yeah, there
saga.
was an asterisk next to that one.
Yeah, but that was obviously like assisted
Yep.
in some way. That was the start of the super shoe revolution.
It's not the official world record.
No. And then to have it in a race was like in a proper open race.
One of the majors.
Yeah, in a major as well, not just a random. It was pretty cool to see. So 1:59:30
And
sub 2 hours. That's like human potential.
yeah, honestly, it's something that a lot of people, including myself, didn't think it was going to happen for another 5 to 10 years.
No, well, I didn't expect it to come through.
The fact that the big spectacle that we put on spectacle that we put on for Kipchoge to run that sub 2.
And it took 2 attempts.
It took 2 attempts for him. And like the amount of, God knows, much, much bigger brains than than mine to figure out how we're going to get him to do that. It was only 5.5 years ago that happened. So what a waste of money from Ineos. Just wait.
And Nike.
Just wait 5 years and some bloke's going to do it in a major in London.
Yeah.
Like it was a spectacle then, but wow, for someone to only take 5 years to go and do that.
But it wasn't just one person. It was 2.
God, you feel bad for the bloke in second.
I know. I don't even know his name. I didn't write it down
That were bad.
because I don't think many people care.
I saw something.
I think most people are like, oh, it's very cool. 2 were broken, but
Yeah.
the first guy is obviously the pioneer.
There's been so many, and I feel so bad for the bloke, but so many memes on like, imagine running one of the first ever sub 2 hour marathons, breaking a world record, and then having to go, good run out there, mate, to the guy that was ahead of you. It's like, oh, like you've just created history
devastating.
and no one's going to, no one's going to remember him.
No.
Well, I'm sure there will be people that will
Do you reckon
remember
you
him,
got
but
like the bonuses, like for breaking sub 2 and all of that?
I don't know enough about what
I don't
you
know
have
the
to do,
breakdown
if there
or
even is
whatever.
a bonus, but yeah. And London, Oh my God.
They lined the
videos,
streets.
that would have been one of the most special events to have been a part of. Like, especially right now, like we said, the running boom is just at an all-time high.
Yep.
It was a beautiful day in London. You had that historic moment happen.
Yeah.
You had people literally like running over the Story Bridge, running down the
Like
street of Buckingham Palace. Yep. Oh, what
so cool.
What a major. That's probably the major of all majors.
Yeah, it's like the crown jewel, isn't it, really?
In my eyes, of all the majors around the world, and I don't remember them all, that's probably the one I want to go to the most.
Yeah, London, the aspect of there's so many iconic, I guess, buildings and monuments around London that's so iconic in movies and different things like that.
Yeah.
Where you're running around there, it would just feel like a movie, wouldn't it?
It would be one of those, like, you can't wipe the smile off people's faces.
Like this euphoria.
I saw, I actually jumped on his podcast a couple of months ago, Keegan Hipgrave.
Yeah.
And he's running all the majors. He's running all 8 majors in the world this year.
Was he in London?
He was in London for men's mental health. So he's doing it with Movember.
Yeah.
And the videos that he was posting, and like you could almost feel it in him and his videos where he's running over Story Bridge. And it's like, he just was almost like couldn't put it into words. Like while he's videoing himself running, just like, this is the most euphoric feeling ever. Like this is just insane. There's people screaming at him, people line the streets. You're literally in some of the most beautiful parts of the world. And it's like, wow.
But like, I feel as if and it's a big part of our sport as well, the age group aspect, like the mass participation. Every one of those people who ran the London Marathon, I think there was 59,000.
Incredible.
Would have all felt the exact same thing as Sebastian Schwab.
Yeah.
Sorry. They would have felt the exact same thing, even though they ran 4 hours or whatever they ran.
Yeah.
Like, and then also to be on the same course at the same time as that guy who's just done an absolute major effort, like historic effort.
The amount of people that are going to carry that onto their grandkids to say, I actually ran that race that day.
What about George? You reckon Georgia, Ollie's girlfriend, lapped it up?
Our friend of the pod, Ollie Turner, Georgia Hyam, she ran it. And mate, even looking at photos of her, she just
that's what I saw.
Smiling.
Yeah.
Like, it was just amazing. So yeah, that's enough on the London Marathon. An absolute spectacle. Great achievement by 2 athletes that went and did historical things.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What do you think the big thing in triathlon is? What's the historic
the closest thing to
the 2 hour?
The closest thing to the 2 hour. You know, are we talking time? Something time?
Yeah, you can be time. Well, yeah,
because obviously
it has to be a barrier. It has to be a major barrier.
Like we had the sub-7 and the sub-8.
Yeah,
for the
men and women.
Christian Blumenfeld going sub-7, and who was it? Kat Matthews.
I think so. Yeah,
Kat Matthews went sub-8, but that was assisted.
Yes.
So,
I think that's kind of the same trajectory as the sub-2 hour, where it first had to be assisted for someone to get close. That kind of breaks the mindset.
Sub-7 is going to be a long time though.
Yeah. It's 20 minutes, right? It's 21 minutes off the Ironman world record, which Blumenfeld was only 10 seconds off the other day in Texas, off his own world record. So this is the split.
So you're asking the equivalent to a sub-2 hour?
Yeah.
Equivalent to a sub-2 hour marathon, it probably would be the like if anything, it would be the sub-7 hour Ironman.
I think so as well.
Far out. But I mean, again, like, yeah, I get you right. Like, really, we've done the sub-7. How far under was Christian in the sub-7? Do you know?
Ooh, I'm not too sure what he was.
It definitely was a sub-7, but
it was.
To take 21 minutes off an Ironman, oh my God, it'd have to be like that Texas course is fast.
That Texas course is fast. So this is the splits that you have to do to go sub-7. It's a 45-minute swim. This is to go bang on 7.
Yeah, okay.
45-minute swim. That's 1:11 pace per 100.
I don't see Christian doing that.
I don't see Christian doing that, but also it's doable.
Yes, it is.
3:45 bike, which is 48k an hour.
Oh, that's quick.
That's quick.
You're going to need a point-to-point ride with the tailwind.
But that's where the biggest gains will be made in technology.
Yeah, it will be.
So a 48k an hour ride, which they could knock off, I think they're riding around 4 hours or just under. I think the bike Ironman world record's 3 hours 52. Camworth, yep. And Nick Thompson was very close as well.
Okay.
And then the marathon is a 2:30, which Christian Blumenfeld's running anyway.
Actually pretty close to that, yeah. 2:32 you did in Texas?
Something close.
We're not Ironman
2:30
guys. Yeah, we're not Ironman
30
guys,
or something like that, which is 3:33 per K.
He's running that already.
Which is runnable already. So I don't think it's as far off as what you think.
When are we going to see the first unassisted 7-hour marathon? When are we going to see the first sub 7-hour Ironman unassisted?
See, I don't think he'll come from a Christian.
No.
Because I think Christian will be well and truly done out of the sport by then.
I also think Christian has got very, very close to maximizing his physical potential.
I think he'll be 20
20
minutes, 10, 15 years.
I'm thinking it's close to I'm thinking it's close to 2035.
Yep.
That'll be
a historic moment.
It still won't be as big as the Sub-2.
No, it won't be because there's not as many people that do Ironman triathlons. But I think it's comparable where it's a mass participation event. The common man, I'm going to say, can relate to how quick that goes. They're like, that is double as quick as what I run.
It's also more comparable in the way that Olympic distance, majority of them are horses for courses, as you'd say. It is for Ironman as well. But when you've got the draft legal aspect, it's also dependent on who's there.
It's race tactics.
Exactly. It's more tactical. So I think the Ironman is definitely, that's the equivalent. A sub-7 Ironman is the equivalent to a sub-2.
Yep.
And that'll
marathon.
That'll
be a few years away.
I still think we're about 10 years away from that. 21 minutes is still a bit.
Here's the next one. Just last little touch on the London Marathon because we had the Olympic champ running.
We did.
London
Alex
Marathon.
Yee.
Pacing. He paced through 28K.
Yeah, this is disgusting.
This is crazy. I had to look at his Strava. 2:59 per kilometre for 28K. He could be a marathon runner.
Well, he is a marathon runner.
He's second best Brit.
Second best Brit. What did he run? He ran like a 2:06, which is just, man.
Do you reckon he could ever go sub-2? Could
No.
Alex Yee go sub-2?
No.
You don't think?
No. I think Alex Yee could get his, give Alex, what is he now? Alex is about 27, I'm thinking, 27, 28, around that ballpark. Give him another 2 years, 2 to 4 years. Yeah, he could probably get to like a 2:04.
Yeah, 2 minutes off.
But I don't see him
Breaking
getting
2.
much. No, I don't see Alex Yee breaking 2.
I feel as if you might have to dedicate your whole life to running very large mileage the whole time.
Like, just because 2 people have done it now, I think we can't start to
go, everyone's going to do it. Yeah.
Could this person do it? Could this person do it? Could this, because it's taken so long just for these 2 people to do it unassisted. So no, I don't think Alex could, but it's scary how just good at running Alex
he is.
So like, once again, it is gonna come back. Like we saw it on the weekend, Hugo Milner, Ollie Conway, fantastic runners. Not able to bridge that gap though, with how far they are. Is Alex Yee going to come back and be the swim biker he was before? Who knows? That's what we have to wait and see.
That's the question that's all on our lips.
Exactly. Alrighty, on to the next hot topic, the absolute Snoozefest that was T100 Singapore.
Well, I didn't watch it.
Exactly. Yeah, honestly.
I watched the highlights. Actually, no. I checked into the timing splits.
Okay.
And that was about it.
Really, I'm not against T100. I'm not against T100 as a race because I think the 2 kilometer swim, 80K bike, 18K run, I think it actually favors the swimmers and the bikers. Because you look at a 70.3, compare it to a 70.3, there's more swimming than a 70.3 and less riding and running. Yeah. It actually favors the stronger
I think it's a
swimmers.
good distance.
It's a good distance. However, my biggest thing, one, Hayden Wild is too good.
Yeah, he's completely dominant, which makes it not boring because he's a very exciting athlete to watch and he's a spectacle in his own right.
Yeah.
But it makes it boring knowing that Hayden's going to win.
It's a spectacle.
He's won like 9 or 8 out of 9 races and he broke his collarbone for one of them. You know?
You can appreciate how good Hayden Wild is, but Hayden not trying to be, Hayden makes it boring. Just because of, just
'Cause he's too
literally
good.
because he's so good.
Yeah.
Like, he did that without even getting out of second gear.
Yeah.
Like, it was, the Singapore race was tough because people were scared. After last year, what happened, it
in
was
the
so
heat.
chaotic in
Yeah.
the heat. People were scared. Hauser just swam in 5th spot the whole time. Like, Hauser's one of the best swimmers in triathlon.
That's what I was actually surprised about,
No
how
one went hard.
close everyone was out of the swim. And I was like, do I think that Hayden is keeping up with Hauser in a Olympic distance swim?
Absolutely not.
Probably not, no.
Like, you look at what, like, the distance, Hayden was racing Olympic distance last year. You look at the gap that Hauser was getting on Hayden in those Olympic distance races, and all of a sudden you got Hayden sitting on his feet. Everyone just swam scared. Everyone swam scared. Everyone rode scared. Hayden was the only one, because he's so strong and he's so technical. He knows exactly where he needs to be.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know. Well, I just
think Sam Dicko knew what he was doing as well.
Exactly.
But I think he knew to play it conservative.
For me,
not conservative in the way of like scared, but he knew, don't overdo it.
In my eyes, there was no racing aspect whatsoever. No one was racing each other. Everyone was just doing what they needed to do.
Yeah, it wasn't a dogfight.
No, there was just, let's do what I need to do. I'm not going to worry about anybody else but myself to get to the finish line in what I can
maximize.
Yeah.
It was like an Ironman race over the T100 distance, where it's all insular racing.
But then again, like, you even look at Ironman Nice last year, world champs.
Yeah,
there was 5 of them.
bashing each
other. It was a 5-minute dogfight there. Like, there was a race there.
Yeah.
I just thought, my one thing with T100, and again, nothing against the athletes, I just don't think there's enough athletes who have bought in to the T100 series. Like, you had the Norwegians when T100 first started. They bought in, dabbled in it for a year, left. They took the money and left. You've had Yella Gaines jump in. He's dabbled a bit. He's left. Matty Hauser's come in for a quick paycheck. He's left.
Yeah.
Other than those guys, you've had Hayden Wild.
Hayden's probably the only one, and Mika Newt.
Yeah, but then again, like, you got Mika Newt, but really, like, in comparison to the best middle distance guys in the world, there's not enough buy-in from athletes. Like, which doesn't make it a credible series in my eyes.
No, and I think the fact why it isn't a massive buy-in by everyone is because not everyone can race it at the same time. Like, it's not what it was where it was the PTO Opens where there was 50 guys on a start line and they were your top 50.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough. Then that's when you got the Christians and Gustavs and the Norwegians, and then you had like your short course guys coming up. It was good because there was 50 guys that were going to hit it and make it a race. Where here 20, I feel as if maybe this is the thing with it. There's no gap fillers.
Yeah.
So, and this was, I know you don't follow long courses much, but Sam Long.
Yeah.
He's raced really well recently in the 70.3 Pro Series. And why that is, they have massive fields at the moment. There was 100 guys on the Ironman Texas start line.
Yeah, wow.
Which is crazy. Or 100 athletes. Maybe that was cross male, female. But there's gap fillers between like your real best swimmers to a Sam Long. There was gap fillers all the way, and he could then move his way up through the field, and it was a bit of a race.
He's almost ticking people off as he goes through
exactly
on the bike.
Right. Yeah, where the T100, it was like...
by himself.
Yeah, he's out the back by 4 minutes. Well, he's never going to do any good.
Yeah. I also think there's no pedigree in T100. It's so hard. We saw it with Super League. It's so hard to bring in something new when you're versing an already established World Triathlon WTCS series, which is not going to go anywhere because that's part of the Olympic system.
Yep.
That's not going to go anywhere. Ironman, that is definitely not going anywhere.
That's never going anywhere.
Ironman is set in stone.
Yeah.
There's Ironman.
There's too many guys with tattoos.
Too many people with Ironman tattoos that you're not going to be able to get rid of that.
Yeah. You can't laser them all with T100 ones.
I just don't see, you've got this new, cool, shiny T100 that I just, again, there is a spot for it, but for me, I don't know how it's really going to get past where it is right now.
Yeah. It needs, I think, a bit more of a spectacle of the race. Like the product around the race, brilliant.
Yeah.
like the whole aspect of how they're advertising it. They're doing the hype up videos and all that,
And
which is
media's great.
which is what we need.
Media is great,
Perfect. But the main product is still the triathlon racing.
and it's not that great.
Yeah. We have some stars in there, yes. A Hayden and a Hauser and, a Sam Dicko. They're all, Hauser is an Olympic medalist, but Olympic medalists, world champions,
Yeah.
the whole shabam. But the actual racing itself isn't
Not exciting.
up to that pedigree.
I don't think it's exciting.
Yeah.
I watched it on the weekend thinking, boring. I was waiting for the women's race to start in San Miquel.
Yeah.
I was like, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway,
I just looked at the timing splits, and to be honest, I was more interested in how's it going to go over this
honestly,
distance. That's the only reason I watched it.
Reason I watched it was to see how Hauser would go.
Yeah.
And he held his own.
Yeah,
But-
exactly.
Only reason I watched it.
But that was the only exciting thing is like, this is the jump in the dark for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done quite well.
Yeah, exactly. That's T100 Singapore. We'll probably watch it again. We'll probably watch 200 again just to see if it's going to get any better. But
Exactly.
who knows? Who really knows? But the big one for the weekend, and the one that we were so excited for, the one that we dived in, tried to give our expert analysis on.
Expert analysis.
Didn't do a great job. We didn't really.
I don't think it was expert analysis.
I thought it was expert analysis. However,
It was quite good off previous years. to be
exactly.
fair.
However,
And it made me think, because I didn't really think before the podcast last week.
No. You tend to just go off gut, and you're a big gut guy.
I'm a big
and
gut
I'm
guy.
all for the guts. However, we did not have the breakaways. Well, not the whole time. The breakaways
No.
that I thought was going to happen. So, do you want to give a rundown of the women's, or?
Well,
Congratulations, by the way. You watched both races.
yeah, I did.
I'm so proud of you.
Yep. So you had like a little break of about, was it 8 out of the water?
Yeah,
Tilianima and was it Cerrone?
Bianca Cerrone.
Yeah. They were out of the water very quick.
Yeah.
And then that little group of 8 were away, and then big pack of,
When you've got
I guess, 15 or so. I think it ended up being 25 off the bike for the women.
When you've got Georgia Taylor Brown and you've got Jess Fulligar and you've got Liv Matthias, who unfortunately for the breakaway was a shame that they weren't in the breakaway, because it would have been a different story.
Yep.
If those 3 were in the breakaway, those 3 British girls are very, very strong on the bike.
Could have
and
kept it away.
They are nightmare fuel for a chase pack.
Yep.
So other than Tilianima, the British girls didn't have a great.
No, swim.
They obviously had a great day, because you look at the results and there's like
They're all in top 10.
yeah, I think there's like 4 of them in the top 5 of them in the top 20.
Yep.
But yeah, not a great start to their day.
No.
So it really, they're really the reason that it bridged.
Yeah, exactly. It was very similar in the men's. So that bridged up. But then Georgia Taylor Brown, as we said off the back of her long distance training,
Yep.
a very solid ride.
Yeah.
Put in 30 seconds. I think 35 seconds.
30, 35 seconds, yeah.
And that could have played havoc
Mm.
on the run, but she stayed strong.
Yeah.
She stayed strong for 4th, but then there was obviously a couple other very quick runners. And I think like we may have slept a little bit on Periol.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think
purely slept on her because of how strong my opinion was on how the race was going to go.
Yeah.
If I knew it was going to come down to a run race like that with that amount of women in the front pack, I would have picked her for a win. Personally, I would have picked her for a win. And she actually did run off the front at one point, and I did think it's where I thought, because yes, I did say in the preview, I think Beth Potter
It's not quite.
is a little underdone.
Yep.
I thought she was a little underdone, which is why I didn't think she was going to win. It was that point when Leonie ran off the front, I thought she's won it. Like Beth doesn't have the legs to go with a heroic effort to come back. But yeah, we probably slept on Leonie just purely because of how I thought it was going to play out.
Sitting here last week, I was thinking in the back of my mind, I was like, she's very good. She's just run the French half marathon record.
She's fit right now.
So she's fit and she's strong.
Yep.
To be able to run a half marathon record, you're a strong athlete.
Yep.
So it made me think, oh, maybe not. But I didn't think she had that top end speed, especially against like a Cassandra and a Beth.
Yeah.
But that was very impressive from her. Beth Potter, though.
Yeah, wow.
She was the one.
What a statement this early in the season. And like, again, slept on her because of how she started last year. The rumor mill of she hasn't had the best off season. But wow, if that's the case, And if she's not that fit right now because of her off season,
It's going to be a big year.
You picked her for the World Series win, didn't you?
Ooh, I'm not too sure. Maybe. I think so.
You didn't. Sorry,
Who did I
you picked her for third.
Third.
I picked her for second.
Did
We've
I
got her
pick
on the podium.
Cassandra?
No, you got Periolt actually, so you're in a
Did
good
I?
spot.
Ooh.
You've actually picked. So you had Periolt for the series win, Lahair, who got third on the weekend, and Potter.
There you
You're
are, guys.
actually doing pretty well.
I think I know my women's better than my men's picks.
No, you actually are doing very well there. Yeah, and I had Cassandra, Potter, Lahair, so not bad.
Yeah.
Cassandra, a bit of a shame that she
had to pull out.
She had to pull out. And I know she had a crash. Not exactly sure where she was in the field when she crashed, but Lisa Tersch.
I think she was at the back of that chase pack.
Okay.
But then crashed before the chase pack. Bridged on.
Okay. Bit of a shame there. Obviously, seeing her get lapped was a big surprise. When you're seeing the previous year's world champion getting lapped, that's not a good look.
That's a bit of confidence for Beth Potter, even though she crashed, yes.
Yeah.
But it's a little mindset where it's like, I've got you. Like to run past someone that beat you last year in like the fashion that happened, like where, Beth and Cassandra kind of capitulated on the last run of the year.
It's a mental win for sure.
It is a big mental win. It's like, I am actually good.
If you're Beth Potter,
a bit of a FU, I think.
If you're Beth Potter, you're walking away from that weekend thinking this series could be mine.
Yeah.
It's very early.
Oh,
it's
very extremely early. Long
and
season.
Again, she went into the series second. Went into the final second last year, and we saw what happened. So
equal first, actually.
Equal first. Yeah. You're right. So very, very early days, but an exciting race nonetheless.
It was. And the men's, it played out very similar.
Yeah, it did. Again, I was very gutted that I was actually a little bit disappointed with how the front pack worked. Like they had a very, very strong group of guys, very strong group of guys. And when you've got 20 of them chasing, surely you pull your finger out a little bit and go, guys, like we need to work together here.
But do you think they were kind of like a bit like Singapore, not running scared, but like, okay, keep it a bit more conservative because it's so hot.
It is also tough if you're a Charles Piquet, Henry Graf, and you've got Miguel Hidalgo in your pack with you. You're kind of like, well, shit, how much do I really want to work for you?
Yeah, for you to go run away.
Yeah, especially, I mean, he obviously didn't at the end of the day, but you don't know that. Like when you're on that bike, you're thinking, you're one of the best runners in the world in this sport.
Yeah.
Do I want to do all this work, burn myself, burn my chances just for you?
Yeah, exactly.
To go and run away from me?
I need the freshest legs I can have.
Yeah, exactly. So a little bit disappointed, but I understand at the same time.
Exactly.
But yeah, the men played out very similar. It had a little bit of a break. I think there was maybe nine of them off the front. I think when I counted 9 or 10 of them off the front. Crociani was in there, Max Stapley was in there, Piquet, Graf, Kropko was off the front for the first lap. Hidalgo, probably missing some people, but then they're quite a large chase pack.
Caught up, and I think it was 30 into transition.
Yeah,
without the two off the front, was it Kropko and
Chase McQueen? And with Kropko, that kid, I think he's 20 or 21.
Yeah, he's under-23s.
He just decided on the day to become prime Alistair Brownlee. Like for about 85% of that race, Kropko just went, I'm Alistair Brownlee 2016 edition.
This is me. I'm doing backstroke in the swim.
Yeah. Man,
see that?
Like he did backstroke in the swim and went, I think I've got a body length on you or 2 body lengths on you. I'm going to go make it 6 and just swam away from them. And like they bridged him in the end. Crociani bridged him at the end and they came out together. But then his bike, he just rode off the front, the first lap, rode off the front, made, I think, another 2 attacks with a couple of other people. I think he went off with Hidalgo at one point.
For a minute.
Yeah. And then they got bridged together. And then him and Chase McQueen put 25 seconds, 30 seconds on the rest of the field coming in. Like, incredible. My only thing is, I think the commentators said he rolled his ankle in transition or he rolled his ankle somewhere.
They said like coming out of the U-turn is, something's happened to his ankle, out of the U-turn potentially. Whether it was out of the U-turn, I'm not too sure.
One of the boys in our group chat one of our group chats, triathlon group chats, said, do you think he swam and rode really aggressive and really hard just to sort of get some race practice in because he had a pre-existing injury? Like he might have gone into the race with an injury, whatever it was. He looks like he was holding at the bottom of his shin or his ankle.
Yeah.
He could have rolled his ankle. I'm speculation here.
Yeah.
Pure speculation.
He did grab like bottom of the tib, which is known
when
to
you roll your ankle.
Yeah, my ankle's a bit further down than the bottom of my tibia, which is known for a stress injury area.
Exactly. Like you've rolled your ankle, but you're holding your shin. Little confused with that one. Again, pure speculation. We don't know, but I just thought he was very, very aggressive in that swim and bike, like overly aggressive.
Maybe
almost.
he's been doing more swim training as well. Like, 'cause that swim was...
Brother, you don't need to be doing any more swimming training. Like,
I know,
calm
far
down.
out.
Like, so strong, so strong. But yeah, Kropko, unfortunately, then DNF'd first lap of the run.
Yeah.
And we just saw a run battle
Yeah.
from there. We saw a run battle. Henry Graf is a dog.
He's so tall.
So tall.
he is some German engineering. Das Auto.
Yeah, oh my God. German engineering, it's fine. Just
Volkswagen.
6'8". I don't know if he's 6'8". Vasco very small, so it's also not great having one of the shortest guys.
6'5".
Yeah, shortest guys in the field.
Did you
next
see?
to the tallest.
Vasco running is like running a million miles an hour, and then Henry Graf is just loping,
just gliding. Yeah. But yeah, he's scary just because of how good he swims. I think he was top 4 out of the water.
Yeah.
Everybody knows how good he is on the bike, and then to go and run one of the quickest runs of the day to come in second.
Yeah, very impressive.
Man, Henry Graf. Charles Piquet, also a consistent man.
Yes, he is. He's been in the top 10 nearly all of last year, he was.
I think people sleep on him a bit.
Yeah.
I think Charles is a bit slept on.
Yeah.
Like, that guy's good. He's always in the front pack, rides clearly well, always good enough to run into a top 5 or a top 10.
Yeah.
Like, people are sleeping on Charles Piquet.
I don't want to say it, but when I was sitting here last week, I was also thinking of Charles Piquet.
You are so good at after the results going, I almost picked him.
No, I did though.
I almost picked Beth Potter as well.
You didn't.
No, I didn't.
Almost pick Beth Potter.
I didn't.
No, but yes, he's one to watch as well this year.
Yeah, he'll be good. He'll be good. And the man that we just cannot ignore, he finally...
We did sleep on him.
We slept on him massively. And what I think is the most impressive thing is Vasco Vilaça. His interview post-race, he said, I've gone into races feeling 100%, felt $1,000,000, thought I'm going to win this race. Like, this is my day. And he's got second and third.
Yeah.
He wins his first race, takes the tape, and he goes, I didn't actually feel that good. Like, he was like, it was a mental battle for me out there. He's like, I didn't feel as fresh as what I had before. I honestly, I had to play it really tactical just to stay in the pack sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, I struggled, but that was the day that he got it done.
Yeah.
Like,
do you think that that'll be the start of him winning more now? Like, he just needed that one win, maybe when Hauser's away.
Yeah.
But one win, no doubt. Do you think could be a massive ding dong battle this year?
I definitely think it's on track. However, he has to just be making front packs more consistently.
Yeah.
Like, when I say more consistently, I'm talking like I didn't just lose a bet with Aaron about him not making front packs. Like, Aaron Royal seems to be very confident that he's a front pack swimmer. I'm not as confident.
He kind of dwindles, doesn't he?
I think he dwindles.
He's
I think he's a dwindler.
like on the back of the front pack, he's never really 100% cemented. It's like coming out of transition, he has to work.
His bike is very strong, which is, I think that's the reason he gets onto the front pack. So I think for Vasco to be consistently, I can't say on the podium because he was consistently on the podium last year, but consistently winning races, if that's what he wants to do, consistently winning, he's going to need to make it a bit easier for himself. When you are going against a Hidalgo, a Hauser.
The swim pedigree is very good at the moment.
Yeah, especially when, Henry Graf's running the way he is, Charles Piquet, like when those guys are running like that.
And they're in the front pack. Yeah. They're cemented.
And again, if it comes together and it is a pure run race, when you've got runners like Quintero, Tim Hellwig, Hugo Milner, Ollie Conway, like, you can't be with them and think it's going to be a walk in the park. So I don't know. I think Vasco's definitely in the. I'm still not 100% convinced that he's going to go on a mad winning streak.
Yeah.
I will say.
Don't know. Maybe it's because he looks like real small and tiny compared to them. I know that sounds really bad, but
yeah, I don't know.
Because he's also
he's
small and a little cute.
Because you think he's cute. Why is that funny? I know you think it's funny. Yeah, sicko. He has just got that incredible last 400 meter kick as well.
I reckon that was a sub 1 minute 400.
It's purely just a shame that every time he's had to use a 400 kick, there's only one person that can probably kick better than him in the last 400, and it's Matt Hauser.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've always said it. If you're going in, if you get to the 9 kilometer mark or the 4 kilometer mark, if you look to your left and right and Matt Hauser's there, you're fighting for second.
Yeah.
You're not beating Hauser in the last K. I'm just convinced. Like, if you want to beat Hauser, beat him before you get to the K, 1K to go. Because he sniffs the finish line with a K to go. You're not beating him then.
Blue carpet.
Yeah, you're not beating him then.
But I did, when I was watching that last, like when the three of them were running together still out of that last U-turn, and I saw like, because what was it after the last U-turn? Probably 500-600 to go.
Yep.
And then he went 200 meters after that U-turn. It's like, well, there was no catching him. Because if you think back to that sprint finish between Hauser and Vasco.
He nearly caught House.
Yeah, exactly. So he's still very, like he was going to beat both of them in that sprint.
I don't think anybody was really surprised. When we saw those three off the front, I kind of knew.
Yeah, Vasco.
Graf was going to have to do something serious to beat him.
He would have had to go K&a-half out probably.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, some very good early form. Again, surprised with your Miguel Hidalgo. I'm very surprised with him, but yeah, some good early form from the hitters that we thought were going to be good early form. Probably Cantero's the only one that I thought might have been a bit better. Like he got off the bike with Conway and Milner and he finished in 9th. Still had a great run. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But like those two boys ran away from him.
Yeah, exactly. I think, what to say about Ollie Conway?
Oh man, he's so scary.
He is scary. And I think he has that little bit more, I want a better word than dog.
He was upset with his race.
But he has more mongrel, I think.
Yeah.
Than
he's a mongrel.
He wants it a bit more than someone like a Hugo Milner.
He wants it.
I think that's what we've seen over the last 2 races.
Yeah. He's got him in 2 races now.
He has got him in 2 races. And you'd probably say that Hugo Milner's a better runner on paper.
Yeah, probably.
But he does have that tenacity of like, fuck you, I'm going to go and win, like beat you.
Just a dog.
Yeah. It's a bit of a fight between those two. It'll be interesting when Yi comes back.
It will be. It will be very interesting. I think like you do have exciting prospects still. Like if we're looking into the future, you're looking 5-10 years into the future. I still think there's guys like a Batista, like that Jal Batista. He's still very young himself, and Kropko, who they're going to be. Not saying that Ollie can't. His swimming is not that bad, but he's a third pack. What was a second, third pack swimmer? Like a Kropko on his day could beat a Conway. Like
especially if it goes the right way.
Especially if you get the right swim, the right ride, he can beat a Conway. Conway's not completely unbeatable. No. He's just a dog.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
He has that fight in him, which is pretty cool to see.
We did see, I did have a question, and I don't know if you could probably answer this for me. Obviously, we saw the times. I was just wondering, we know Cassandra Beaugrand and Chase McQueen are in a relationship here. Do you think Cassandra paces Chase in his running sessions?
I reckon she would pace me.
Yes, so. Cassandra is very, very, very quick.
100% she would.
I mean, Chase McQueen ran a 37:30. Fantastic athlete.
I've done that a couple of times.
Oh man, I've definitely run like a 40-minute 10K.
I've run 40.
I'm not sleeping on it.
Don't go look at my World Triathlon.
Oh yeah, I think I've got a 40-minute 10K in my thing somewhere. I'm just wondering with that couple,
what's the dynamic?
Does he pace her for her swim sets and Cassandra paces Chase for the run sets?
Well, it's a symbiotic relationship, really.
You've got to work together.
Yeah.
I'm just going off times here. Cassandra just ran a 30-30 or 30-50 10K. Chase just ran a 37:30. In a triathlon, obviously.
Yep. Bit of fatigue.
We might have to edit that one out. I don't want to be burning any bridges here. It's just a joke. It was just a joke.
It's a joke. We've had Chase and Cassandra. We've interviewed them.
Yes.
So they're friends of the pod.
Well, maybe not after this, but
You wanted to talk about that one.
I did. I saw as soon as I saw, because obviously I did the race recap yesterday, and I highlighted Chase's bike time because I was like, oh wow, like
it's the quickest bike.
Chase had the quickest bike time, and then I looked at his run time. I was like,
oh,
maybe biked a little too hard.
Yeah,
a little too hard on my bike. I think maybe. But I mean, God,
we've all run.
It's the World Series.
37 plus minutes.
It's the World Series. I think if there's a race where you can let some slack, it's the World Series. No racing that we know of this week.
No.
Maybe in the long course, but we don't really care about the long course.
Yeah, maybe an Asian Cup somewhere.
Yeah. Who knows? There's an Asian Cup probably every second weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's it for the recap of all the races. We've got Chengdu World Cup. That's in just under 2 weeks' time.
Yep, 10th of May.
Yep, 10th of May.
I think that's the next one.
That'll be the next big one, and then we've got some. I think we've got a bit of a roll after that of World Series.
Yeah, World Series comes up.
Yep. So we'll come back. We'll do a bit of a Chengdu brief next week. I'll still be here. I'll be racing, but I'll be leaving for that on the Tuesday. So we record Tuesdays.
We'll figure it out.
We'll come back with a bit of a brief. I've just actually noticed there's a clash in the timetable. There's a clash in the timetable, but we'll come up with that. And once again, thank you very much to everybody for listening to our preview, to our recaps. Review, ramble. Yeah, a lot of that. And again, for anybody sharing, commenting on social media, thank you very much. We appreciate any support that is thrown our way. And we also will take any criticism because
exactly right.
I understand. I criticize a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all constructive. It's all constructive. However, if you want to criticize me back, that's fine.
Fair enough.
That's fine. I will take it. I can give it, but I can also take it.
Sometimes.
Oh, actually, that sounds sus. Alrighty. Thank you very much from the boys of the Unfunded podcast. We will see you next week.
Bye.
Good job.